damage in western Alabama Thursday afternoon. There were reports of injuries and people trapped in their homes in Hale County near Sawyerville, about 70 miles southwest of Birmingham. The National Weather Service confirmed a large and extremely dangerous tornado in the area. Multiple agencies were responding. This all happened on the warm side of Winter Storm Landon, which was dumping rain, ice, and snow across a wide swath of the U.S. Severe weather was also a concern for eastern Louisiana, Mississippi, western Florida, and Georgia on Thursday, with more eastern states in line for severe storms that could bring damaging winds after a tree fell on a power line Thursday. More than 140,000 homes and businesses were without electricity in and around the city as Winter Storm Landon continued to bring heavy ice, snow, and rain across much of the central and southern U.S. Trees and power lines were coated in Kentucky, too. Cars slid off roads, and first responders in multiple states reported hundreds of traffic incidents Wednesday and Thursday. Many highways looked like this one. A good example of how it only takes a small amount of ice, slush, or snow to make driving dangerous. The storm caused massive travel delays a second day in a row. More than 1,200 flights were canceled at Dallas-Fort Worth alone, which had to shut down all its runways due to snow and ice. About 70,000 power outages were reported during the day in Texas, mostly due to downed power lines. State officials said the grid, which was improved since deadly winter weather there last year, they said it had enough capacity to handle any increased demand. The storm brought more than 20 inches of snow to parts of New Mexico and Colorado, 14 inches in parts of Illinois and Indiana, and 3/4 of an inch of ice in parts of Texas.
Winter Storm Landon is the ice, the freezing rain, all right? It's already caused a lot of problems in some, very populated cities to start things off on Thursday morning, and there are going to be more problems through the next couple of commutes, actually. These are the spots where we have the highest probability of seeing over a 1/4 inch of ice, and really, when you get over a 1/4 inch of ice, that's when you start to see some more widespread power outages, a lot of, that ice just weighing down tree branches. This is where we expect the ice severity to be at its worst, and it really just kind of follows the Mississippi River. So, of course, that's going to include some cities like Memphis, Paducah, all the way up to Cincinnati along the Ohio River there. So basically what happens is over the next 24 hours, this whole area of snow and ice moves really slowly toward the east, all right? So you notice that we still have some of that pink color on the forecast map here on Friday up in the northeast, and that's showing where we could have some mixed precipitation, including some freezing rain. Especially, let's keep a close eye on Boston during the afternoon, evening commute tomorrow. That's when things could get a little bit dicey out there as far as the ice goes.
Are these falling tree limbs, and there have been a ton of them coming down today. Honestly, when we showed up a couple of hours ago, there was hardly anything on the ground, and now you can see this whole park is just littered with large tree branches, and one of which came over this wire that you can see, this light wire, and that's what's happening on power lines all across the city. We have nearly 140,000 now in western Tennessee, the large majority of them here in Memphis. That's customers without power. So that number has only gone up since 8 o'clock this morning. That number has not gone down at all that we've seen. So every now and then you hear these little crackles. So we're using a lot of caution to stay away from being underneath some of these tree branches. But everything's getting solid. We had sleet into the overnight hours. It looks like snow, but this was actually sleet that accumulated about 1/2 inch or so. And now it's really difficult to walk on. Things are becoming very icy.